Hello everybody, this is Total War Titan. Thank you for stopping by today. And today we are back in the River Thames off the shore of London, so we are once again hitting London. This is not a historical battle by far, but it's still an interesting one. Because obviously we are going to decide to bypass London's defenses entirely. Those old Roman walls, obviously the towers have been either repaired or this happened before the towers were destroyed. But the old Roman walls are now irrelevant. It's a beach landing, folks, and let's see if the Mide over here, we have some Gaelic Irish faction. Let's see if Mide over here can stop the Viking horde of Dublin, the Sea Kings, from storming the beaches and taking London. So yeah, let's definitely see what this is going to be happening. This is going to be a very interesting battle. Alright. So, deployed pretty heavily on the right side of this little inlet, which is definitely a major strategic part. We have Mide on. They are on both sides, but major troop concentration seem to be over here. We have some air-mailed horsemen in the kind of flanks, some kerns, some javelinmen, air ward bands, 2 units of those. We have a Freeman spearmen, some Freeman javelin men, and wood kerns, surf archers, household horsemen. Alright, wood spears, very good quality spears. Let's just get a close-up of these guys if we can. We might not be able to because there's a building. No, we won't, sorry. Some current spearmen, not so good spears, but from the levy, obviously called up to defend London. Alright, we have those guys. We have some more surf archers and javelin men. Fianna swordsmen, another elite unit of swordsmen. More javelins and horsemen. Fianna band, another retinue sword infantry. So this is like not a bodyguard unit, but it can be used as a bodyguard, I believe. I might be wrong. More air warband, javelin men, horsemen, warband. And on this side of the river, we have some mailed Fianna. So well-armored swordsmen, good for holding the line. Freeman javelin men. Mailed Fianna, more of those. Over here we have some air swordsmen. Wood kerns. And some foreign warriors, a good axe infantry. Actually, I think these guys are Viking from Scandinavia, so shock troop Viking infantry. Some air horsemen, some more kerns, and wood spears, and that's pretty much Freeman archers, and that's pretty much it. We have some more troops over here though by this tower, mailed horsemen and warband, and some kerns. So yeah, my army, of course, all embarked on boats. We have a large number of troops. I have 2 units of berserkers over here on some smaller ships because they're smaller units. There's only a 60 in the unit. We have some Eastern Herdmen, so good quality swordsmen there. We have some Eastman Huscarls, alright, shock troops right there. This first line seems to be largely shock troops. More berserkers, I have more of those. Eastman Herdmen, so yeah, and some wood kerns. And over here we have some Royal Huscarls. This is a general ship, by the way. Let's get a close-up. I love close-ups. This ships in this game is so awesome. Yeah, we have some Huscarls. We have some Spear Guard. A large number of that. We have some in the back rows. We have some more. We have some Eastman Huscarls. More of those. We have some Eastman mailed axemen. And I think that about wraps it up. We have some Eastman hunters as well on the ships. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so I'm just going to get into position. Because I really want to see this ship go underway. Alright. There we go. The Viking longships, the Dragon longships are about ready to stop. This looks so cool. Look, it looks so cool. So yeah, the Vikings are already underway. We are moving up skirmishers to soften up the shore, whereas more warships are advancing. This looks so cool. Yeah. Alright, right now, we have some Maid forces beginning to move up and take up defensive positions. We have wood spears here to hold this choke point. But what really matters is where I'm going to land. Alright, my current plan is to focus my efforts on this flank, this shore. Alright? I'm not seeing all these Irish troops. I do see these guys over here, though. And I'm thinking concentrating my efforts on one area will help me hopefully draw those reserves out and maybe hit them in the flank from the other area later. But for now, I'm going to focus my efforts on the one area. So they are moving up troops, and they're sending their cav into the rear, along with some kerns, as some reserves. As my own troops begin taking up positions. I'm going to keep my javelins in the back, because they're better, they have shorter range, so they're better once they've landed. Alright? Moving up some spear guard on that ship, which looks absolutely awesome. I love the detail on it. We have some more Eastman Hunters on that smaller ship. Eastman Hunters on that ship. A Beardinger, I think. A Dreki with some spear guard on it. And these are all Irish Vikings. Dublin. So, yeah. So, yep, here's the ships. They're all coming in. Those ships are coming in to provide skirmishing fire, but they do have skirmishers, which are going to be available. We're sending in some flaming arrows to do one of my favorite tactics, burning houses down. And now here come the first couple ships. They're beaching. Look! This is so cool. This is so cool. This is the first ship. Yep, carrying a unit of Eastman mailed axemen. Very good once they get into the wall formation. And here's another ship. And the Irish are there to repel their assault. The Vikings have landed. We have our landing troops all up and down the shore. Alright, we have Berserkers landed already, and their ship is already backing off. The Berserkers are kind of helping out. We do have to worry about these horsemen, so I am unloading troops. They're sending in some wood kerns immediately into melee against these swordsmen as they try to unload. Buy time for those swordsmen to get up. Alright? My Berserkers are going to kind of line up against this cav as a rear guard. And we are going to send in some swordsmen to outflank the cav. Cav charge against that cav unit, though, is pretty effective. Over here, they are sending troops to hit this unit's flank. Wood spears and some aired wardsmen. We have over the battle line over here, and I am still in the process of unloading troops, so I need to hold the beachhead as long as possible. Alright, over here they engage some Eastern Mail Axemen, so I'm sending in some more Axemen to kind of flank them. Over here, this horseman unit has just been cut off in the rear, and it's under heavy archer and javelin fire. So yeah, they're sending a wedge formation of foreign warriors into the shield wall formed by the Eastern Hairdmen. They're not very effective, just kind of being blunted against the shield wall. Yeah, so one of the weaknesses of the wedge. Alright, so yeah, that was the first wave landing, and here comes the second wave. More a spear guard. I really like my spears of this unit in this game. And not only were they historically accurate, but they're also very good against cavalry, which is something that being a Medieval 2 player I fear and loathe. Alright, we already have buildings on fire. Alright, nice. Oh, over here is a big one. They do have some javelin men standing next to it, though. Kind of trying to skirmish down these Hairdmen who are doing a pretty good shield wall. Although they are taking some casualties. The shield wall is doing a good job of deflecting. We have more ships beaching, delivering reinforcements to the beachhead. We have some berserkers over here, a badly depleted unit, trying to keep these foreign warriors at bay. Now I'm sending those guys to do a tactic that I really like to do. where I form a shield wall with a hold line type troop. Actually, no, where'd they go? Oh no, never mind, never mind. So these javelin men are coming in under heavy javelin fire from the ship over there, from the wood currents who are unloading. And they engage in melee with the Eastern Pyramid. And over here now I have the Berserkers coming up to support them. Although I don't really think they need it. Over here we have trapped this air swordsman unit in a V, and it's routing, breaking pretty quickly. And we have turned the flank of this formation with a unit of Spear Guard. Kind of help secure the flank, although we are under flaming arrow fire, that is not good. But we have the swordsman ashore, the Eastern Pyramid. This is what I'm worried about. There's a large concentration of forces. They are sending up some pretty good forces up here across the bridges. So I have this. So this unit really needs a hold, and I think they're going to do a pretty good job of it. They've got their shield wall formed.
Their settlement is on fire.
Yeah, burning down a lot of buildings now. A lot of them.
Shields up!
Yep, so we have this one unit of swordsmen holding that line. Unfortunately, my javelin men do get charged by these cabs. Actually, no, they don't. Huh. And the javelins do a pretty good job of scaring them off. All right, we have some spearmen over here, along with some maxmen. Now they get charged. Now they get charged. Albeit it's a weak one. Yep. So over here we have a full-on melee clash between the guys in the shield wall and some air warbands. So swordsman versus swordsman unit. This one's healthier and has better experience. So that's not good. They're losing decisively. Over here we still have a big brawl going on. Unfortunately, my troops are pretty blocked up.
The warriors have lost the will to fight
and are vulnerable to these skirmishers. But I don't think these skirmishers are willing to skirmish. We do have some Eastern Pyramid breaking, although I don't know how they're going to get out of the settlement. This unit is still holding, although they're still losing decisively. I do have to worry about these archers over here that are doing a pretty good job of chewing up my berserkers. Yeah, then I'm fighting a second unit trying to hold the flank. If they don't hold it, this whole area gets slammed. Another wave of troops coming in. I still have plenty of reserves. Plenty. Flame arrow volley into the building.
They are leaving the field.
So yeah, we are losing some troops routing in that area, and now this unit is finally beginning to break. After holding quite a long time, that's pretty good. They're going to take the wood currents and berserkers in the rear, unfortunately. Berserkers, though, don't really mind. Archers over here focusing down these guys. And we do have some mailed axemen kind of watching the flank.
Our men have turned tail and run, the cowards!
They do rout that one unit of javelin, though. Another flaming arrow volley into this large blob, trying to soften them up. I have troops, though, some spear guard, beginning to march around their flank, to try an effort to surround them. So let's get this charge. Let's get this charge. They're charging right into the rear of these wood spears. Wood spears versus spear guard. That's fierce. Over here, I have a unit of spear guard to deal with these javelin men. Another unit of pyramid men are over here, kind of watching our flank. So, yeah, over here I have sent 4 forces. We have rallied. I have some axemen and the berserkers taking on this blob of troops, and I have another unit of axemen kind of swinging around in kind of a V with this cut as a pivot. So hammer and anvil right there. I'm beginning to break the troops over here, the enemy troops, with another flank charge with the swordsmen. Yeah, this is just like brutal. Flaming arrows. I like the large number of spears, though. Alright, spears are finally getting the attention they deserve. Alright, over here we have more troops. Another unit of berserkers getting into the fray, almost full health. That's not good for the enemy, but they do have some wood currents throwing javelins point blank in the back of my men, so that's causing some casualties.
It's a rout! Our warriors flee the battle!
a cap charge into my hunters, unfortunately. But I do have a unit of axemen to deal with that.
The enemy have rallied their units!
We have pretty much cleared up this blob of enemy forces, though. So we have not secured this flank, we still have some horsemen and javelin, but it's just skirmishers at this point. My own skirmishers on the ships are providing fire. Over here we are still trying to hold this flank. Most of the buildings that have been lit on fire have burned down, so the fires are dying down.
Our men run from the enemy! This is shameful!
Fortunately, I do break my hunters, but they help quite well. I'm sending in some axemen in a... not a wedge formation, they're leaving wedge formation. And some swordsmen to kind of hit this area in the rear and support this flank. Now that this area is largely cleaned up, we can do more mop-up operations on that side. We just need to finish up mopping up over here. More troops coming ashore, lots more. Another, we are bringing ashore my hunters. And over here we have some spearmen. Another unit of hunters are over here.
Warriors flee the battle!
Yep, we have the Scarls landing, and then there's a general, of course. I still have some troops in reserve not doing anything. And I'm also moving up some others. So I still have sizable forces, and we are beginning to secure the beachhead. Flaming arrows are causing fire. Alright, so yeah, the large blob of troops. They are sending in some javelins and their turns to enter melee to hold this blob here. They're not going to last very long against that blob of very good quality troops.
An entire unit has perished!
Over here, we have caught this group of troops. They have turned our flank, but we turned their flank pretty good with more troops from shore, not from sea. So another unit of Huskarls being unloaded, full health shock infantry unit. That's not good for them. We have some Heronmen coming in for shore. Yep. Apparently the boats have been ordered to go beach on the other side of the Thames. So we have the Heronmen moving in this way to kind of stop this bridge, which is the gap that's been causing reinforcements for the enemy, along with that bridge and those other bridges, but this one especially. There's a lot of movement going on back here. What's this? Spooked horses.
An entire unit has perished.
Those are horses who the rider has been killed in combat. That's a nice little, not nice, but like interesting little touch. Yep. So we still have this blob of troops. They are sending in some more troops to hit our flank, but we do have Huskarls there cleaning them up, and we have turned their flank too. But we do have archers that we're going to have to worry about. And these Fianna swordsmen, I'm really worried that if they're going to charge and hit my flank, that's going to be a problem. We're sending up some javelin to replace the skirmishers. A volley of javelins nicely done into the backs of my own troops. Even though it's in my own troops, I have to compliment it because it's good. We have some Freeman archers. This side's been pretty much mopped up. We just need to push west.
Is under attack.
Actually, I think it's west. I don't know, but I'm beginning to land my troops on this side of the river, because as you see, most of his troops have crossed the river. So I'm planning on encircling them with this. This is what I told you about earlier. I'm landing more troops and bringing them downriver, but we still have to worry about several things. They are moving up some swordsmen to attack my own swordsmen in the rear. Now, swordsmen back then were kind of rare. Alright, I do see him though, and I'm ordering my own swordsmen to countercharge. Alright, so it's a charge on charge right there. My swordsmen have slightly less troops, but it's even combat. Because my troops are only tired, they are exhausted from all that running they've been having to do. And I have fresh troops, fresh Huskarls in a wedge formation.
An entire unit has perished.
Them. Although they're leaving wedge formation because there's no need for it in the charge. Yep. Over here, I am beginning the landings. They do have a unit of archers in the rear, but that's not going to do much. Except maybe light a ship on fire. But I'm still going to get ashore. They did kill a few guys on the boat. But these Huskarls are pretty much going to be able to, I don't know what they're shooting. Oh, at my skirmisher ship. Okay. I'm bringing in some wood turns. The these guys are pretty much going to be able to cut down the archers. That's a very good win. My general's over here with a very strong unit. They're still pushing hard on this flank. I have troops scattered throughout the town trying to mob up forces and deal with large blobs. Like over here, we have some spearmen ready to hit the rear of this blob. And we have some spear guard to deal with this mounted unit that is household horsemen, who are already engaged in some swordsmen. We also have to deal with the spearmen. Alright, we broke those archers. We have more skirmishers landing, but we are hitting them in the rear with this charge. Alright, we have some Huscarls going after some Kerns, and the general's Royal Huscarls. So a large group of Huscarls. Yep, over here we have pretty much, not completely encircled, but a large portion encircled. We have some Eastern Huscarls over here to take position. We broke their general, and with it a unit of Freeman Javelinmen. Well, I'm not surprised either unit broke, they're both pretty depleted. Alright, over here we do have to worry about some javelin.
They flee before our might!
Yep. So now we're beginning the encircling process with all sorts of troops. Found General and his buddy there, the Eastern Scarls, are now breaking off their attack to hit this unit in the rear. Well, it may not be necessary because this... Never mind, that's just javelin, not melee. More burning troops in a burning tree? Not troops, buildings. But it's right next to the troops that we're fighting. This big blob, which has been completely surrounded, and now large forces are trying to fight their way through. Yep, so that blob has collapsed. That pocket has collapsed. We're about to form another. So yeah, several units of melee troops. A unit of melee troops is breaking the mere sight of the general and his Huscarls in the rear. Yeah, so they're beginning to back off. Let's be honest, they're wavering. Yep. So that one charge broke them, shocking the tree. We have more Huscarls in the finish the deal. They're trying to fight their way past this Berserker and Eastern Huscarl unit, but it's not working. That pocket has completely collapsed. So at this point, we've pretty much won. Yeah, so they're all breaking. Let's just take a minute to survey the damage of this attack. Walls, from what I can see around the logo, intact. A couple buildings burnt down. We've captured the town relatively intact. So yeah, I'll take it. And yeah, that was definitely a fun battle. Close one nonetheless. And that was definitely an interesting challenge, besieging a city by assaulting a city by going at it from sea. That's something I might have to try in a campaign mode if I'm ever fighting at London, besieging London. I might have to try that, hitting it from sea instead of land. So yeah, I hope you liked today's video. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. That's definitely something that I'll enjoy. I enjoy making these videos, and I enjoy having people watch them, so it's definitely helpful. So yeah, Total War Titan, out!